And in this video, you guys, we're going to be giving you a little game recap of last night's slugfest between the Toronto Raptors and Phoenix Suns. Raptors were able to come out on top, hanging on in that fourth quarter. I thought we were going to lose that game in the fourth, you guys. The Suns got out to a hot start in that fourth quarter with an 8-0 run to start off the quarter. I think there was 20-6 was the score at one point in that fourth there. Raptors were reeling heavy. I thought we were going to blow it. I think we had a 14-point lead or a 12-point lead after that third quarter. I thought we were going to blow that lead in the fourth quarter and lose the game. Thank God we were able to hang on victorious in this one, you guys. Huge win for the Raptors to get 2 in a row, improving to 36-30 on their season, dropping the Suns down to 53-14. Big time fucking win against the best team in the league right now. Not just the best team in the Western Conference, but in the entirety of the NBA right now. The Suns got the top record so far across the NBA. Obviously, they were missing Chris Paul last night, but nonetheless, still a massive win, against the top-end competitor in the Phoenix Suns. Great job by the Raptors being able to hang on in that fourth quarter. Like I said, it was a rough start to it. I thought the Suns were going to be able to pull away there at the end, but the Raptors, punched back a few times. Trent Jr. had a masterful 40-plus point performance. Just outstanding. Nice to see him kind of break out of his shooting slump there with a huge game. Needed every one of those 42 from him. Siakam with another all-star / all-NBA caliber performance for us, you guys. He played outstanding in this game as well last night. Just a real good team effort all around. Like I said, played a great game up until that fourth quarter. We kind of let him crawl back into it there. Phoenix Suns are one of the better fourth quarter playing teams in the league. But after we weathered the first few punches from those guys, we punched back ourselves in that fourth there. We're able to get back into it, and seal the deal at the very end of the game there in the last couple minutes, finishing off 117-112 the final, like I said. Big time win for the Raptors. Got another big time game coming up against Denver tonight, you guys. Right real quick before we start breaking down the team stats and the player stats, if you can go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. I've been getting a lot of support lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and start breaking down some of the team stats from last night. Raptors shot 44% from the field as a squad, 42-94 in the attempts there. A little bit lower than the Phoenix Suns. They actually shot really well from the field. They were 50% as a team, 44 of 88. Obviously, the Raptors doing a great job with the rebounding there. Had 48 rebounds comparatively to Phoenix's 40 boards, giving us 6 more shots from the field than they had. Did a great job at the free throw line. The Raptors did as well, shooting 90% as a team, 19 of 21, only missing the 2 shots from the line. Phoenix, once again, we bested them in that department. They only shot 76% from the line, 13 of 17 collectively as a unit out there. So great job by the Raptors. Our free throw shooting has definitely improved over the last few weeks here, which has been huge. I remember earlier on in the season losing a few games due to the lack of free throw shooting and just being able to make those clutch free throws in big time moments down the stretch of games. The Raptors have really got that sorted out. Trent was hitting all of his free throws last night, which was huge, especially at the end of the game there to seal the deal for us. We needed those ones big time from him, and he provided for us, which was nice to see. Did really well from the three-point land as well as a team. Shot 43% from three-point range, 14 of 32 as a squad. I like to see those attempts down a little bit, which was nice. I don't really like seeing a team launching up 40-plus three-pointers in the games. Keeping around that 30 mark is nice to see, so I thought the Raptors did a good job, breaking it up a little bit between their paint touches as well as shooting the 3-ball last night. Spread the ball around on the inside-out game. Got us going really nicely there, which was nice to see. And then over on the Suns side of things, they only shot 30% as a unit from 3, 11 of 36 from the field. So they took 4 more three-pointers than us and made 3 less. So that's a good job by the Raptors holding them. They're a pretty good three-point shooting team. So it was a great job by us defensively being able to hold them down and not really allow them to shoot a high clip from the three-point land, which is good to see. Like I said, the 48 rebounds to the 40 boards was huge as well, especially the fact that these guys were playing 3 big-time centers out there. We don't even have a traditional center on our team. Our biggest guy is 6'9". We got a bunch of guys 6'9" with that 7-foot wingspan, like Pascal, Scotty Barnes, Precious. You got Kem Birch out there as well. All those guys just getting it done for you. We did a phenomenal job on the offensive glass as well, out rebounding them 12-5 on the offensive glass, getting those extra possessions. And like I said, it's so impressive to see this Raptors team being able to out-rebound a squad who had 3 7-footers playing for them. I think Biyombo might be 6'10" instead of 7 foot, but Ayton's a 7-footer, McGee's a 7-footer. Those guys played some good minutes tonight. Biyombo, I think, had 10 or 12 minutes out there. He was kind of one of the big contributing factors to kind of get them back into it at the start of that fourth quarter with his energy out on the floor. And just really impressive for this Raptors squad to be able to out-rebound a team that had basically three big-time centers out there playing a majority of the minutes in this one. And, we're running a bit of a smaller ball lineup with our 6'9" guys out there. But they just played hard-nosed ball, boxed out well, really, just pushed the pace when they were going for those offensive boards. Scotty Barnes was absolutely outstanding, doing all the little things for us in this game, especially on the defensive end of the floor with 5 steals and 2 blocks. The dude was just absolutely incredible defensively for us. Missed a few easy bunnies around the rim in this one, Scotty did. But you're going to chalk that up to inexperience a little bit. Obviously, he's still a rookie. He's kind of going through the motions and still learning as he goes here. He could easily had over 20 points in this game, in my opinion, if he had made some of those easy bunnies around the basket that he ended up missing throughout the game. But nonetheless, still a great performance from him. I don't know about you guys, man, but this campaign really fucking got to me in that fourth quarter, you guys. I have never seen a guy whine like a little baby back bitch as much as I seen this guy fucking whine. Twice, basically, almost on back-to-back plays in that fourth quarter. He gets right up in Gary Trent Jr.'s shooting space from three-point land there. Should have been a foul on Campaign, in my opinion, because the dude's just basically jumping right into Gary Trent Jr., not giving him a place to land. So when Gary Trent comes down, his elbow ends up hitting him in the back of the head. The first time this happened, you guys, and they reviewed it for a flagrant, didn't end up getting the flagrant foul called on him. It just ended up being a common foul. And this fucking pussbag is rolling around on the ground like he just got his fucking eyeball poked out. And then you watch the replay, and here he is laying on the ground. He's messing with his eye. He's got one of the trainers out there looking at his eye. And you watch the fucking replay. The guy gets hit in the back of the head, and he's grabbing his eye. Like, what a fucking diva. I cannot stand players who do that bullshit. If this guy was on the Toronto Raptors, I would have been just fucking livid. I mean, I can't stand guys who are fucking trying to sell calls like that, especially, like, you didn't even get hit in the face. Dude gets hit in the back of the head, and he's trying to make it look like he got poked in the eye. You can clearly see from the replay that wasn't even close to his eye. And then he gets hit in the back of the head again on that second one where they called a flagrant this time, and he's rolling around on the ground like his fucking skull just got cracked open. I mean, these guys are so fragile and soft, man. It is unbelievable to me. That dude should have just been able to keep playing through it, man. Like, it's not like Gary Trent came down and just brought down the old WWE fucking hammer elbow, the people's elbow from the Rock Johnson there, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing crazy like that. He just brushed him across the back of the head. Obviously, once again, Campaign wasn't giving him any space to shoot from 3. Like I said, I thought those were fouls on Campaign getting up in Gary Trent's grill there. Really not giving him any space to land when he took a shot. But that's just my opinion, you guys. I can't stand that whiny baby bullshit. I'm really happy we were able to beat this squad. That's a little bit of karma back on Campaign for being a whiny baby. Missed one of those free throws as well, I believe, when he got that flagrant foul called. And like I said, that's just karma in my opinion, you guys, for being a little whiny baby back bitch. I can't stand when guys whine and complain like that. Glad it wasn't a guy on our team, or I would have been bitching him out in this video, you guys. But nonetheless, we got the win and sealed the deal. His whining and crying didn't do anything for them. They still lost the game. Had a huge 40-piece dropped in the third quarter as a team. Big time third quarter from the Raptors. I think we ended up shooting 7 and 9 from the 3-point line in that third quarter as well. We were just banging down everything there that got us up to that 12 to 14 point lead. And then gives the Suns credit. Great job for them coming back in that fourth quarter and making it a tight game. We could have easily ran away with it in the fourth if we had locked in a little bit better. But nonetheless, we did lock in late. We're able to hold on for the victory in this one. We'll go through some of the player stats before we round out this video, guys. Starting off with the Raptors. Khem Birch with another quiet game. Only had 4 points, 6 boards, and 1 assist. I guess that's, the production's up there a little bit from what we've been seeing in the last few games. But nonetheless, this guy's still struggling a little bit to get his rhythm back out on the floor. He's not getting a shit ton of minutes from Nick Nurse either. I think he's only playing 20, 25 minutes a game right now. So hopefully his shot gets falling here in the next few games. We definitely want to have him down low in the post, has a good post presence for us. He's got a really nice floater in the lane as well off the pick and roll. He just hasn't really been hitting it at a high clip lately. But if he can get that going, man, he can get an easy 8 to 10 points a night just off that floater in the lane running that pick and roll with Fred VanVleet. So hopefully he gets his shot going here in the weeks to come. We're going to need him to be stepping up his game for a playoff push here coming up. Siakam with another masterful performance, you guys. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Shot 10 of 24 from the field, just below 50%. Almost had a triple-double again in this one. Just doing a little bit of everything for you out there on the floor. I mean, this guy has just turned into an absolutely outstanding, well-rounded, all-around basketball player, man. I mean, to see where he came from at the start when he entered the NBA to where he is now, to be an all NBA caliber player is just outstanding. He's bringing it for us on a night in, night out basis lately. And just doing exactly what we need him to. He's not, settling for those 3-point shots. He's really making a point to get inside the paint and back guys down in the post, which you love to see because he's so dominant down there. So another great game from him. Scotty Barnes finished off the night with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. Didn't have a great shooting night. Shot 7 of 17 from the field. Like I said, he missed a couple bunnies around the rim there that, any other night those probably were going in for you. But nonetheless, man, with the 5 steals and the 2 blocks, he just did everything so well on the defensive end. One of the big contributing factors to us being able to win that game. Coming up with some huge steals in the fourth quarter for you. Fred VanVleet with a quiet one, you guys. Like he said, he's going to have up and down games throughout the rest of the season here just because of the injuries that he's playing through and dealing with. You got to commend his heart and his fight out there nonetheless, and just his floor general mentality. Even if he ain't putting up high numbers, he's just, a benefit to have out on the floor, as like he's almost like a coach being out on the floor, and just getting guys in the proper position on the offensive end, making sure guys are switching and proper rotations on the defensive side of the floor. The steals he's able to accumulate. So he's still a massive contributor even when he's not putting the ball through the basket at a high clip. Only shot 3 of 11 from the field in last night's game. Finished off with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. So still getting it done for you, where he can. Didn't need him to have a spectacular night in this one. We had a couple other guys really step up. Most notably here, we're going to talk about him next, and Gary Trent Jr., guys. Outstanding performance. What a way to come out of a shooting slump when you drop 42 points, 8 boards, and 1 assist. I mean, the dude was incredible. 13 of 21 from the field. Very, very efficient shooting night from the guy. 8 of 8 from the line. Didn't miss a free throw and shot 8 of 11 from three-point land. I mean, the dude was just absolutely outstanding in this game. Whenever you needed a big-time bucket, Gary Trent answered. He was making tough shots. He was making 3 balls. He was making floaters in the lane, driving to the rack. Just doing all the little things right. It was nice to see him not settle for jump shots the entirety of the game. He got himself going with a few shots inside the lane there, getting to the rack a couple times, getting to the free throw line with his 8 free throw attempts. So just a really, really good all-around performance from this guy. Definitely going to need him to get on a little hot stretch here if we're going to want to make a good push for that 6th seed coming up. So hopefully this is just going to spark him and keep him going for the next couple of weeks here, and he gets on a nice roll for us. Would be nice to see. Thad Young coming off the bench. Decent little performance from him. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Shot 2 of 5 from the field. He's kind of taken over some of those minutes now from Boucher. Boucher's kind of slipped down the ranks a little bit since Thad Young's come in there. I think Thad Young's just bringing a little more veteran presence out there. A little more headiness as well out on the floor with his decision making. I think he's a little bit better decision maker than Boucher is. Achua with a nice solid performance as well. 11 points, 7 boards, and 1 steal. Shot 3 of 8 from the field. You can tell his shooting stroke's definitely getting better from long range. He's starting to make those 3-point shots at a more consistent clip, as well as his mid-range J. So that's nice to see that his improvements are coming along nicely. Just need him to make a little bit better decisions in those key moments throughout the game. Sometimes he tries to play hero ball a little too much and make some bad decisions, but nonetheless, he's been playing outstanding so far and just continuing to get better for us. Boucher with a quiet game, like I said, 4 points, 3 boards, 1 steal and 1 block, shot 2 of 4 from the field. Same with Banton, only played, I think, 9 or 10 minutes, had 1 point, 1 assist and 1 steal, so a quiet game from him as well. But overall, you guys, just a great performance. Gary Trent and Siakam carrying the way, getting some good added chip-in minutes from some other key role players on the team. Over on the Phoenix Suns side of things, we never really allowed them to get rolling too hot. Devin Booker only had 22 points, 3 boards, 7 assists. Held 8 into only 16 points and 7 boards in his outing last night as well. The fact that we held these guys, they didn't have one guy get over 10 rebounds, which is huge, especially, like I said, they had 3 bona fide legitimate centers playing out there. We never had like a legitimate center the entire evening. And we held 8 into only 7 points. McGee only had 8 rebounds. Ayton had 7 rebounds. He had 16 points. And then Biyombo only had 2 boards. So we did a great job not allowing their centers to get in double-digit rebounding. Crowder had a decent game for them, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. campaign, even though he is a little whiny crybaby. Had a pretty nice game for him regardless. 24 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Shot 9 of 18 from the field. Dude can play. I'm not discrediting, his ability to put the ball in the hoop, be a hard-nosed player. I just can't stand that whiny baby bullshit, man. I mean, that shit's got to get cut out. Especially when you see the replays and see that this guy's barely getting hit and he's crying like he's got fucking cracked bones and, he's got to go to the locker room. I mean, that shit is just atrocious to watch to me. I can't stand those whiny baby fucking antics out on the floor. They're trying to sell it for calls. I mean, just play the fucking game, you guys, at the end of the day. Regardless, you guys, Raptors win 117-112. Big-time victory last night against the top team in the league. Got another real tough matchup coming up tonight against Denver. That pretty well wraps her up for this video, you guys. Don't got much more to talk about on this game from last night. Great performance all around from the Raptors squad. Great job holding on when they did that big pushback in the fourth quarter, being able to punch back and, seal the deal for the victory at the end of the game there. Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. How do you think the Raptors fared in last night's game? And what do you think our chances are in going on a little run here? You think we got a good opportunity to beat Denver tonight? Would love your guys' opinion on that in the comments section down below. That pretty well wraps it up, you guys. Please go ahead and like this video. If you like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future, thank you guys so much for watching, man. And this is Mizzy with Mizzy Sports Chat.